of luck in those efforts, Coach.
Thank you.
You know, back in early February when UCLA made its regular season visit here to play the Washington Huskies, Coach Jim Herrick arranged for his team to take a tour of the Kingdom. And now the power of suggestion has paid off, and Herrick's squad will be more than gawking tourists here. A short time ago, our Michelle Tafoya spoke with the architect of the Bruins Renaissance.
4 great teams play today, and you said yesterday that focus may be the differentiating factor for the winners. How have you kept your team focused this week?
Well, we've treated this just like we treat a trip to play the University of Washington, which is in our league. We've been to Seattle, and the surroundings aren't new. Even the Kingdom, we've been in it before. And I've tried to keep the same pattern, the same practice times, the same days of practice, and the same things that we've done all the time. So I didn't want to change our pattern. But I think you need to bring an attitude here also that, hey, we're coming to play and we're coming to win it all, and just see how well your team does in this.
How much pressure are you feeling right now, right here?
The only pressure I feel, Michelle, is the pressure that I put on myself to do well, and certainly my players on themselves. I'm not going to ever let any outside influence ever come into the framework of our team and put undue pressure on us. It's hard enough for young people to perform in a collegiate level. It's very difficult. I tell them, hey, it's hard to be a player, harder to be a coach, but it's hard to be a player. And I don't want to put any undue pressure on them. I told them 2 things: concentrate and have the fun of your life.
Have fun, Coach. Good luck.
Michelle, thank you very much.
I think it might be harder to be a coach. And speaking of Final Four coaches, in the past decade, one man has become almost synonymous with March Madness. The name is Krzyzewski, common spelling. You can call him Coach K, and by any name, he has brought the Duke Blue Devils to 7 Final Fours in the past 9 years. Wow.
The game is over. The Duke of Destiny has won it. For the first time in 2 decades, college basketball has a repeat champion.
And we are proud to have him join us for our coverage of the Final Four here on CBS. And in the words of Michael Jordan, Coach,
I'm back, and I'm excited. I got chills all over me, especially since I didn't know I'd be doing this with Larry Bird.
You know, it's easy to coach other people's teams from up here, by the way. That's what I like to say.
I've watched you guys do that.
How is your health, by the way?
It's great, and this has been absolutely sensational to come to the Final Four. I didn't know I'd be able to do that until last week, and you get pumped up. I mean, this is the greatest day for college basketball. And if you're associated with college basketball, you have to be here.
And you've been associated with a couple of Final Fours here and there. And what's it like for a coach? What are these coaches thinking right now? Are they nervous? Is their team nervous? Are they nervous for their team? Are they taking the weight on their shoulders? What's going on?
I think a coach has too much to do right now, Pat. He's nervous for everybody else. If I'm Eddie Sutton, I'm wondering if Bryant Reeves still has a piece of that backboard in his in his uniform. If I'm Jim Herrick, I'm hoping Toby Bailey doesn't be a freshman, that he's going to play like he has during the tournament. So you're concerned about everything else and not concerned about you.
All right, Coach, welcome. We're glad you're with us. We're glad you're with us too, Quinn, by the way. When Arkansas came out to practice, guys, they had a little problem, and Michelle Tafoya has that story. Michelle?
Well, Pat, yeah, a couple of the Arkansas Razorback players earlier today complained that this rim on the basket behind me was bent a little bit forward. Now, at first, stadium officials just thought the players had pregame jitters, but when they went up to actually measure it, the height was fine, but the rim was, in fact, tilted forward. They made some adjustments to that metal piece that you're looking at right now, and they think they've got the problem under control. Pat?
All right, Michelle, thank you very much. Is that a big deal, Coach?
No, it's not, and I think it could be a kid that's tight a little bit. Maybe he missed 3 shots and said there's something wrong with the basket instead of his form.
What do you think?
Well, I don't think so. I really think what happens is a little bit of what Mike says, that sometimes what kids do here, they get themselves a little too hyped, and that's what a coach has to try to prevent from happening.
If that's our controversy, I'm happy. We come back here, we'll size up Oklahoma State's big country, Bryant Reeves, and UCLA's little general, Tyus Edney. Those stories and much more when the Final Four show rolls on from the Great Northwest, right here on CBS. Be there.
The Final Four show is sponsored by Motorola Pagers, for the messages you can't afford to miss.
When you think about Oklahoma State basketball, you think about Big Bob Curlin, one of the original 7-footers in the game. He led Henry Iba's 1945 squad at what was then called Oklahoma A&M to the national title.
He kind of snuck up on the national scene, and with
leadership that we had under Henry Iba, he was able to unify a group of young guys that were not the greatest athletes, but they were very coachable.
I don't think Bob Curlin broke any backboards, but yesterday in practice, Bryant Big Country Reeves did. Watch this. And listen to the crowd. Quinn, what do you think?
They loved it, and I'll tell you what was really funny. Afterwards, all you could see was his teammates coming up, giving him 5. I think they got a little energy out of that.
I think, Pat, that a coach looks for things like that to happen to loosen his team up. That's a neat thing to kid about. They're probably goofing about that all last night.
And here they come, the Cowboys of Oklahoma State in their first Final Four appearance since 1951. There's Big Country there into the Great Northwest, and he's expected to have a huge day here, Coach.
Well, he is going to have a huge day if Oklahoma State's going to be able to win, because he has to establish everything for his basketball team.
Quinn, as a player, do you think he knows the kind of pressure that's been placed upon him?
Well, I think he's been under pressure all year. I think Eddie Sutton has got this team, and that young man particularly, as well prepared as anybody. Where Mike is absolutely on the mark is the ball has to go through his hands in order for his team to have success. He knows that as a senior, you want to be in that position.
Well, he's about to play before a sellout crowd of 38,000 people gathered here in the Dome, and as our Michelle Tafoya reports, that's about 150 times more people than there are back in Bryant's hometown.
Well, if you bat your eyes, you'll miss this little old town going through here. We got 3 churches.
Maybe we better down into the old archives. Fill in the blank. Name the university that captured the first NCAA crown. Okay, here's a clue.
I wasn't even born then.
No excuse.
That's before my time.
Look, it's a state between California and Washington.
I would say St. John's.
I didn't mean for you to hear that.
I can get that one. University of Oregon.
Better not celebrate too soon. You never know when the next quiz is coming your way. We have too much time on our hands here at CBS. Quick note of the game. Key of the game today.
Tempo, making UCLA play defense for 25 seconds.
Coach?
Easy baskets. Oklahoma State can't let UCLA get easy baskets.
Great to have you here. We'll be here all afternoon. Coming up, our first national semifinal, Oklahoma State, UCLA. Jim Nance and Billy Packer will join us from courtside with the action, and you'll see us back here on At the Half. Enjoy the games, everybody. Big day here.